Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Allison. If not, thank you so much for tuning back in. Today's video, as you can tell by the title, I'm filming one of my favorite videos to watch and then now also to film. So I want to share with you guys a what's in my bag video for my Coach Lana bag. I just got this bag like a couple of months now, and I recently talked about it in a previous video. And now that I've been carrying it quite a lot, I wanted to share with you guys like everything that's in the bag and my thoughts on the bag so far. So let's get right into it. This is what the bag looks like. I have it in the maple color, and this is of course the largest size bag. It's a bit heavy because I have it filled up, and I'm actually still able to close it. I think, yeah, I'm still able to close it, and I kind of have like a lot of things in here. This is what it looks like closed, and this is what it looks like open. It has like two sections and then like a zipper compartment in the middle where I kind of like to keep like my wallets and stuff like that. So let me get into the bag. I'm gonna try to see like how it makes the most sense to do this video, but this is what the bag looks like before I start taking everything out. Just kind of like want to show you guys. And I recently discovered that it's much better for me and like easier whenever I carry big bags to kind of have things in pouches. It's the best way for me to stay organized, and that's kind of what I did in this bag. I have like two pouches, one like medium, I guess like large size, and then like a small one, and I keep like different things in there. And also because like the bag doesn't have like a lot of compartments other than like the middle compartment, it just helps me kind of like know where everything is whenever I have the little pouches that way. So I'm gonna start with like this side because it has the least amount of stuff, and then we'll just go from there. And if you're curious, I don't have a laptop in here now, but I have a 14-inch laptop, and it actually does fit in this bag. So whenever I needed to carry that like just a few times that I've had this bag, it fits just fine. I usually have to like move things around. I don't have it like the way I have these things in here now, but the laptop fits just fine. So in this section I kind of have, oh this is so random, I have paint samples. I just have this from like the last time that I was walking around with this. You guys, I keep a lot of things in this bag, and I feel like I could fit even more. Like it still has space for more. Just as it is right now, it's carrying a lot, and I still would be able to fit in like my kids' snacks for whenever we're out and about, which is usually how I use it. And I just have like these two random menus from Lana. A new Lana opened close to us, so I have that. And then we have the first pouch, which I got from Amazon. And then in here I have a couple of pads because I feel like it's important to walk around with those. I have some wet ones, disinfecting wipes, because I don't know, I would probably feel like something was missing without that. And then I have the big tube of the L'Occitane hand lotion, which is my favorite hand lotion. I have an extra deodorant in here. You never know, just in case. It's happened a couple of times that I've forgotten to like wear deodorant when I was rushing out. And then I have like 3 pens. I'm obsessed with stationery, guys, and I feel like I like collecting pens. Recently, not as much as before, but I really do like pens, and yeah, I like to keep them in my purse because you never know. Like I feel like it just always happens that like you or somebody close to you needs a pen, and if you're around me, I got you. This was one that I stole from my sister because it's so nice and pretty. Look at this beautiful silver pen. And then I have a tampon. I have some foot balm because my feet, like the bottom of my feet, gets really ashy sometimes. I have some lip balm. This is the Summer Fridays one. And then I have this little travel size Nest vanilla perfume. This is like the roll-on version. I really like this one when I just want to feel like nice and warm and cozy smelling. And then I also have like my pill box in here that I also got from Amazon. I haven't refilled this in a while, but yeah, I like to take like fiber, stool softeners, iron, and prenatal vitamins. That's usually like in my regular rotation. And then also, last but not least, in this little pouch, this is the last thing in here, I have some cuticle butter because I don't like when my hands get really dry because then like my cuticles start breaking off. So I've made it a habit to kind of just like walk around with cuticle butter as well as like some hand lotion. So that was everything that was in this little pouch. Alright, so I put that back in the bag. And then in the same section, I also carry around my Kindle. This is like a new item in my life, but well, honestly, I think I've had it for like 4 or 5 months now. I haven't been reading it as often as I would like lately because we've been like pretty busy, but I just like having this in my purse. I like to walk around with it because usually like when I'm not driving, then I could also just kind of read this on the go, like when we're in the car. and then if I remember to, I'll take it out in the evening so I can like read it in bed, so that way I'm actually like getting to read my books. It can get really easy to like forget to read, so I try to like be really intentional about that. And I really like having the convenience of the Kindle, because normally before I got the Kindle I would just kind of like walk around with whatever book I was reading at the time. But with my Kindle, I like that I'm able to read like 3 books at a time, which is just something I've honestly liked to do. Like I just like the variety of being able to like be caught up in like 3 different books. And then there's a pair of my headphones. These are like the best headphones I've ever used in my life, and no one's telling me to say that. Sony doesn't even know who I am. These are the Sony, I'm gonna put like exactly what they're called on the screen. I'm not even kidding you guys. Like I used to have Beats that I used to use like whenever I used to work in the office. Like, I used to like those to like listen to podcasts and stuff. And then also for the gym, I tried like the AirPod Maxes, like the Apple ones, whenever they came out. I wasn't a fan of those, especially not for the price. I just tried them out like in store and never even bought them. But these I got to replace my Beats because they were kind of worn down, and I went down like a rabbit hole of like reading about what were the best headphones, and so many people had recommended these. I'm so glad I got them. They're amazing. Like the noise cancellation is good, the sound is amazing for like a lot of the music that I like to listen to, even if it's just like relaxing music. I really love these. 10 out of 10. So I also usually keep those in this big bag because it actually can hold half of my city in it. So there's that. And then also very random, but I have a church mint in here. And then in this little compartment, I also have a keychain that we got from Lana. I got it as like one of the prizes. They were doing like a little raffle the day that they opened. So I want this little keychain that I haven't opened yet because I don't know what keys to put it on. I have 2 pairs of socks, one for my daughter and one for me. I have an extra pair of socks because sometimes I randomly get cold. And then I have a pair of socks for the little one because like sometimes, especially like lately, because the weather is kind of getting colder now that it's fall, we go out to restaurants and her feet get cold, so I like to have like backup socks just in case. And honestly, that's pretty much it in this section. I don't really have anything else. I think I just have like a random coupon. I don't even know what this is for, but I'm gonna pack this side back and then I'll show you guys what's on the other section. Next section I'm gonna show you guys is this section. I'm not even sure if you can see, but this is what it looks like. So I try to keep it like nice and organized. Does it stay like that? No, but because I've been carrying this bag so often, I try to be intentional about making sure that I go through it at least once a week to get rid of like old receipts and just kind of like clutter and like litter that I pick up along the week. And so on that side I have my wire headphones because I am a believer in wire headphones. Like I have like the regular AirPods. I couldn't tell you where they are. I don't love them as much as I love the wire headphones. It's just something about them for me. They're very convenient. They're not annoying. They don't constantly fall out of your ears. So I keep a pair in my purse. And then I have this little thing here. This just has like magnetic bookmarks. There's like 3 left in here. I think it comes in like a pack of like 20, if I'm not mistaken, or like 15. And then I just have like 1 sleeve in my purse. This was from whenever I used to like walk around with books, but I haven't had like a physical book in here in a while, ever since I started taking my Kindle around with me. But I still keep this with me because just in case. I mean, like recently I just got a physical book, so whenever I do get like a physical book and I want to read it on the go, I like to have these bookmarks in my purse just in case. And then I also have 2 packs of wipes. I'm a mom, so I feel like there's always a reason to need wipes. But even before, I feel like even before I had kids, I always used to have like at least 1 pack of wipes in my purse. I don't know, I'm just always like that. And also like I hate when my hands feel like sweaty or like salty and sticky, so I like to have wipes for that until I get to the next tap, and then I can take care of that. But I just also really like having wipes in here. You never know, like sometimes your face gets sweaty and you know. So I have like the Honest wipes. These are the little flushables. I don't actually flush them because I heard that flushable wipes are not actually flushable. And then I also have these like antibacterial wipes. These are for if I have to like eat a quick snack when I'm on the go, or like if I have to like sanitize me or my kids' hands. I like having this in my purse, so I have those there. And then I just have a random business card in here. This is for like a car dealership. I have 1 piece of like a fruit bar. I like having these in here because sometimes I get lightheaded when I'm like really hungry, so I like to have like something sweet in my purse. So I keep 1 of these in here, even though my kid's probably gonna get to it before I do. And then also moving on to the last thing in that section, I have this little pouch right here. And I have to say, from whenever I change purses, this is the one that I most likely transfer into like at the smaller bags because I feel like it tends to have more of like the essentials, and most of the things in this purse can actually fit in like a lot of my smaller bags. So usually I'll just kind of like dump everything in there, or I'll take out a few things that I need from here. But so I'm gonna go through what's in here, so like what I'm saying kind of make a little bit of sense. So first things first, this is actually kind of funny. I have some nausea medication because like even before I had kids, I feel like I was like a nauseous person. I would get nauseous especially if I was like really anxious about something. But after having kids, I feel like my default whenever I'm like really stressed is just like to be nauseous, or if I'm like really hungry, it's like I get nauseous. So I actually still have like prescription nausea medication. I don't take it as often, honestly, because I don't like taking any medication long term. So I just take it if things get really bad. So I have that in my little pouch. I have this e.l.f. lip oil. This is like one of the newer things that I've tried recently, and I actually really like it. I bought this to see if it would rival like my Dior lip glow oil. Honestly, they're a little bit different, but I still really like the e.l.f. one. I feel like it does a great job if what you want is just shiny and moisturized lips, honestly. And then I also have like a comb in here. Right now, like I've been wearing my hair in like a slick bun, so it doesn't really help much. Whenever I have my hair loose, or if I'm like wearing weave, I like having a comb just in case, you know, so I don't look frazzled. And then I have in here my sunscreen. I feel like I keep sunscreen wherever I am. I used to keep it in the car, but I heard that's not good for the sunscreen, like it kind of like breaks down or whatever. So I keep it in like, I keep one in here, so I keep one in the house, and then I have like an extra one somewhere else in the house. So I usually have like sunscreen in 3 different places because I don't want to forget to wear sunscreen. And I feel like before I started keeping sunscreen in my purse, I would just kind of forget to wear it when I leave the house, and then that would just be all for the day. So now that I actually keep it in my purse, I actually feel like I wear sunscreen as often as I should. So I have this one. This is my favorite sunscreen. This is the Innisfree sunscreen. And then I have a little tube of mascara. I feel like now I like having at least 1 container of mascara in my purse because sometimes my eyes look really like tired when they're naked, and especially when I'm like tired, so I just like having some mascara to kind of open up my eyes a little bit. This one is also my favorite mascara. This is the YSL Volumizing Mascara, and this is not the waterproof one because I'm actually one of the people that hates waterproof mascaras. I think they're annoying to take off, so I'd rather just not deal with them. And like I have really sensitive eyes. I don't want to have to mix like 3 different things and like concoctions just to take off mascara. So I'll take regular mascara, please. Alright, next thing I have in here, this is the Kayali Eden Lychee, like the travel size. This is a really good perfume. Honestly, I might buy a full bottle of this because I ended up liking it a lot. And I got the travel size because I really wanted to try it, but then also I also was needing something for the purse. And the day I got these two, I was actually trying to figure out like what lychee scent I wanted to get because I was looking for something that was like really fruity and sweet, and I feel like the Kayali leans more in that direction. The 7 Virtues one, I can smell the lychee a lot, but I would say it's more of like a floral lychee compared to this one. It's like a candied lychee. So if you're somebody that's been interested in those perfumes, I would honestly say that's really the difference. And I find, oh, I've actually worn them quite the same, but I like having both of these in my purse. I honestly feel like they're pretty neutral, whether it's like a summer scent during the day, and then even now that it's getting cooler, I still like will spray them on sometimes in the evening, and they still smell fine to me. So I like having those in there. And I really think that if you can, just try to have like a little travel size perfume in your purse. It comes in handy, I promise, just like the deodorant does. I have this little thing. This is like a little sticker. There's like an actual name for this. I forgot what the name of this for, but it's that little sticky thing that you put on the back of your phone so you can stick your phone on like a mirror or like other surfaces so you can record. Honestly, I haven't used it as much as I thought I would, but maybe I need to. So I have one of these in my purse. And then I also have a portable mirror. This one I also just got from Amazon. This one has a light on it. You can kind of see the light just turn on. And the other side is just like magnifying, and then it has like a regular mirror. It has like an off button so the light doesn't turn on automatically like when you turn it on, so it just looks like that. I really like the color of this one. I like how thin it is. It fits in even like my smallest purse, so I really like that. And I also have a 3rd travel size perfume in here. This is the Tom Ford Soleil Blanc, and for this one I also just got the travel size because I wanted to see if I would love it enough to get a full bottle. And I feel like a little bit goes a long way because I still have a lot of this, and I thought I would be done with it by the summer. It's a great summer scent. I like to mix it with like a sweeter perfume. I feel like it kind of plays well together. But I really like this, and I just like to keep it in my purse. I really like this, and shockingly it doesn't give me migraines because I have chronic migraines, and a lot of Tom Ford perfumes are like really strong, so sometimes they can like trigger a migraine. But honestly, nothing triggers a headache for me like Chanel perfumes. That's why I just got to a point in my life where I just completely wrote them off because I just couldn't wear them anymore. But this is good, no migraines, and it smells really nice. Am I gonna get a full bottle? Probably not, because I have like a few perfumes that would beat it in line, so I probably would not get a full bottle, but it's still really good. I'm gonna maybe make a decision once I'm done with the bottle and then kind of go from there. And then I have another teeny tiny box of, this is a sample I got from Louis Vuitton whenever I got my Pochette Métis. This is a Chaperie. I feel like they give that to you every time you buy a new bag. Honestly, that's really smart of them because that's a great perfume. I love it. I've had it once before, and ever since the bottle finished, I've never replaced it. Not because I didn't love it, but because I just couldn't pay for it. But I really like that perfume. It's a great one, and it's actually in my like top 5 perfumes that I want to get, so fingers crossed. And then I have in here more like lip products. This is one of my favorite lip glosses. This is like the Plump Effect lip gloss from Sephora. This is in the color number 5. It has like a pinkish tone to it. I just really like their plumping lip glosses. Honestly, I feel like they perform just as well as some more expensive lip glosses. I have this in another color. I think it's like a lighter pink, but it just looks a little bit ashy on me. I feel like this pink complements my skin tone better, so I think it's cool. Outrageous, I think. Anyway, so the other thing I have from Sephora is this colorful gloss balm, and I like lip glosses a lot. And honestly, I remember around 2016 when I was kind of going through like a lipstick phase. I cannot believe I used to wear like a lipstick, like it was so drying. That's crazy, but I feel like that was like a phase for a lot of people around the time. It just kind of was like the trend for makeup. But generally, I like lip glosses and lip balm. I just like when my lips feel like soft and moisturized, so I tend to have like a lot of like lip balms and lip glosses with me. I have one here that's missing. It's like the Topicals Lip Salve. That's one of my favorite lip balms ever, but my daughter likes to play with it, and I think it tastes a little bit sweet, and she realized that, so she just likes to put it on her lips, and I have no idea where it is right now, but usually I'll have that in my purse. Also, I have in here the last couple of things. I have like this little travel makeup wipe just in case. I'm one of those people that sometimes if I've been wearing makeup for like most of the day, I just get to a point in the day when I just don't want to have makeup on my face anymore. And sometimes that happens even when I'm not home, so I just decide to like wipe my makeup off. So I always keep like a couple of these. I actually like to keep like 4 just in case, but I've been using them while we've been like out and about, so I just have like 1 left, so I want to replenish that. But I really like the convenience of these because I don't have to carry the whole makeup wipe bag whenever I'm on the go, so I keep one of those in there. And then I also have this little like Listerine. This is like the little breath strips. I like the convenience of these. They're very strong. I like to use them a lot after like whenever we're out to eat. After dinner, I'll pop one of these in my mouth because I like food that has lots of garlic and like onions and flavor, but I don't want to smell like that after I'm done eating. So these are great for that. I don't know who introduced me to this, but whoever you are, I love you so much. This was like the best thing ever instead of having to like chew gum, because I think gum is like really bad for your teeth, and I know like a lot of gum is like sugar-free whatever, but this just makes more sense, honestly. So now we just have the middle compartment, which is like this zipped up part right here, and I'm just gonna unzip that. I don't keep a lot of things in here, honestly. I'm gonna show you what's in there. Ooh, I have extra pads because I'm really paranoid about being out in public and not having a pad either for like myself or somebody who really needed it. So I have extra pads in there. I just like to keep them in my purse, I guess. And then I have my little wallet. I'm not gonna open this. Honestly, it's like nothing special. It's just a cute little wallet. I like how small this is because it fits in most of my bags, because not all my bags are this big. And then I have my little Louis Vuitton card holder in here. This has lasted for like ages and ages. I actually don't have any cards in here other than like a hotel key card and stuff, but I just kept it in here just in case, because at some point my little wallet was starting to get like really full. So I wanted to maybe like split the cards between the two, but I haven't gotten to do that yet. And then I also have just a random hotel key card. This was from when we went to San Antonio a couple of weeks ago. I have, what is this? Oh, a coupon from my favorite store ever, H-E-B. Well, I say my favorite store ever. My favorite grocery store ever. I really like H-E-B. It's not my favorite store. I had to pick. And then I have a random caramel candy. These remind me of my grandma so much. Like I feel like she used to have these all the time, especially like when you go to church. It's kind of why I call them like church candies. But my grandma used to like to have these a lot in her purse, and I feel like that's kind of when I started to like them too. My dad would always send them over for her in Zambia because they had like something that was very similar to this in Zambia, but my grandma preferred the Weathers one. So I fell in love with them, and I usually sometimes will just have like randomly have them, but I like to stick them in my purse. Also for like reasons I mentioned earlier, like sometimes I get lightheaded and I just want to eat something small and sweet. That is everything that's in my Coach Lana bag. So far, you guys, I've been using this purse, I feel like 90% of the time for the past couple of months since I've had it. It's just a bag I keep going back to because it works really great for my everyday life. I think because lately I just find myself carrying around a lot of stuff, and then also whenever we're out with the kids, I just like to carry this bag because I can fit in all their knickknacks. And then also with everything that I have in here, because I've been carrying this bag a lot, everything in here feels like essential. It really isn't. The only time I've been like gravitating towards like other smaller bags is whenever like my husband and I go on a date. But for my day-to-day, I've just really been carrying this bag, and I really love it. I think it was worth the money. It's such great quality. I've been carrying it like almost every day for the past few months, and it looks really new to me still. Like it takes a beating pretty well. And I've had like instances where I've just like gotten it dirty a little bit, maybe like somewhere on the back here. Usually I'll just like wipe it off with like a baby wipe, like something gentle, and it comes off really easy. I have not gotten any nicks. Well, I've like scuffed it a little bit here, but I haven't really like scratched it anywhere else. Honestly, like I said, I feel like it's like a really tough leather, and it can take a beating quite well. I also really like that the bottom has legs right here, because I'm one of the people that would just go and set my bag anywhere that I can. So I like that it has legs to protect like the bottom leather. But if you're watching this video and you've thought about getting this bag, don't even like think about it any further. Just get the bag. It's a great bag. And interestingly enough, I feel like it's a bag that has gotten me so many compliments ever since I got it, even more than some of like my more expensive bags, which I just think is so crazy. I tell anyone that will listen about this bag. Like when people ask me like, oh my gosh, I like your bag, where is it from? I'm going to tell you all the deets. I'm going to tell you how it's such a great bag, and I think everyone should get it. Yeah, I tell everybody about this bag, honestly, and anybody that will listen, because I just really think it's a great bag, and I think everybody should experience it because it really is that good. So that was it. That is everything about my Coach My bag. If you have any questions about this bag, leave them down below. I'll be happy to answer them for you.